I'm alive. There we go. It took a minute. I don't think it was in live 4 actually. Huh. Anyway, get back to where we were. Oh. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're well. So, back on the bike this evening. Gonna have a bit of fun on Zwift on the Friday night. So looking forward to it. Made a few changes to both the live stream and the camera setup and things like that. Just sort of in a bid to sort of just improve the experience, I guess. So yeah, let's hope it works. So a couple of new things since we last streamed a couple of days ago. Well, first of all, actually, let me just address it. This week's streaming schedule has been gone apart. So I was initially thinking I would stream Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I didn't quite work out. Yesterday, Thursday, woke up with a horribly stiff, sore, horrible neck. Not just, oh, that's a bit stiff. I couldn't turn my head. Even right now, it's still very sore. I can't turn it much past that point. So I've been hesitant. Well, I haven't driven because I don't want to. That's worrying. But it is well enough for me to ride, get out and pedal. So I'm doing that now, as you can see. Thanks for being here. And then, yeah, in terms of the live stream, I made a few other changes as well. So on the last live stream, I sort of introduced these new transitions and pre-race and mainstream screens and a bit of a post-race screen. So I'm keeping that going, but I've updated them slightly. So the pre-race screen will look like this now, sort of side by side, so you can see me warming up. Oh, that side, over here. Everything's mirrored on the screen. But of course, nothing really worthy of note is going on over there right now. So gonna sort of start the stream proper and move to a bigger screen, bigger screen share. But in the meantime, what I wanted to try and do was share with you more, like the things that I have going on. So down here, social media handle, do head on over to Instagram, give me a follow. That's Berkshire Cyclist, and I'm just Berkshire Cyclist on TikTok, if you use that. I'm not very big there, really. I've only just started two posts. One of them was today for this event, but I'm going to sort of duplicate the content from Instagram over to there and just see what happens. I don't feel like at this point it's worth being too specific and tailoring content for TikTok, just because it's not where I enjoy spending my time. Although that may change and that may gain a bit of traction as I invest more time into it, so we'll see. I, of course, am racing for Coalition Racing down there in the bottom corner. So give them a follow on Instagram and social media too. Of course, tonight's race is the Coalition Race to the Underground. So I had a few races that I wanted to do. I thought, oh, I quite like the 3R races. They're good fun, but given that I'm a Coalition rider, hence the kit my virtual rider is using, it's a Coalition kit. I thought I'd do this one instead. And then lastly, a sneak peek of Series 2 of that way, Just Ride. So going to be doing a new range of my Just Ride merch, launching at the end of June, a sort of summer range, using a sort of slightly updated logo. I'll do the same one again, well, same thing again, as we get into the sort of autumn, to an autumn range with another updated logo. That'll be Series 3, so if you're interested in getting in there early and being one of the early purchasers, there's still plenty of the original range left, which has a really classic, clean logo, which I really like. But this new Just Ride logo will be out. And featuring on caps, t-shirts, hoodies, socks, banners, etc., you name it, in due course. So go and hook yourself up and help me out, support me. Yeah. Anyway, how are we doing? So, yeah, I did a Zwiftrace. Actually, when did I do it? Oh, I've gone a bit blank now. I need to check it out. Let me just check out my my Zwift previous history. So I did Going Coastal on 3 days ago. Was that Tuesday night? I think it was, which was a point-to-point race. I cannot, for love nor money, remember where I ended up. Let's have a little look. Got a bit of a short-term memory. All the new stuff pushes old stuff out, and it's been one of those weeks where lots of new stuff has gone in. Let's check this out. Just logging into Zwift Power, favourite website of all time. So yeah, stage 1, Seabreeze, Going Coastal. A nice point-to-point 19k race. I came 8th place. Not bad, not bad. Not worried about the positioning, more worried about my own performance, so to speak, my powers. So, yeah, over 19 kilometres, I averaged a pretty paltry 3.6 watts per kilo. Nothing great, but considering that, you know, when I did a crit on the 31st of May, would have been last week now, for a similar distance, 15k, I averaged 3.8 watts per kilo. So, could be that there was a bit of fatigue in the legs this week, I don't know. I do know it wasn't my best performance. I didn't feel great doing it, but got to get these things out. Got to bash them out, haven't you, really? And then, yeah, back on the 27th of May, I did 3.7 watts per kilo over 22 kilometres. That's a good performance. And the last time I did this race, coming second, according to Zwift Power, was back on the 24th of May. So, is that a couple of weeks now? 20 kilometres, and I averaged 3.5 watts per kilo. So, not too worried about my positioning. Oh, sure I am. But I am wanting to make sure that my power numbers are trending upwards from race to race or week to week. So, we'll see. Of course, the thing is with crit racing and Zwift racing is that you ride according to what's happening around you. There's no point in me just trying to go out and hold 3.8 watts per kilo, because A, I wouldn't be able to do that right now, that's where I'm at, but also because the riders around me are sort of riding as a pack. They can probably get away with 3.2, 3.3 watts per kilo and still be faster than me because of the aero gains, or the drafting gains rather. So we'll see how we get on. So if I can get a podium today, I'll be happy with that. More specifically, what I kind of want to see from myself is a good sprint performance. So not worried about leading off the front, breaking away early or anything like that. I just want to make sure that I'm there near towards the front so that, of course, I can get a sprint going and go for the win. So far I've got 6 riders in the pen. I'm going to do my little traditional good luck message. Cool, here we go, my little, oh, I spelled it wrong, whizzing you all strong legs and lungs. Wishing you strong legs and lungs was what that was supposed to say. Yeah, I kind of hope the universe does me a favour and sends some of that good positive karma and vibes back my way and gives me good strong legs and lungs. See how we get on. Yesterday was an interesting one. I did a bike ride on the road yesterday, believe it or not. Not something I seem to be doing too often these days. Most of the time, and historically over the last sort of 5 years or so, a lot of the rides I've done on the road have been pretty much commutes, and I've just turned them into training rides. So instead of doing the sort of direct 16, 17, 18k route, I'll do like 40, 50k around the houses. But yeah, like recently work requirements have been pretty sporadic, and I haven't been able to go to the office I want to go to. I have to go to London instead, and in theory, like riding to London from here in Ascot is perfect. It's a good distance. However, in practice, it's a pretty crap journey, crap route. I don't care what people say. I would definitely be going in sort of via Richmond, but the roads are horrible. busy, hectic, and then my office is in central London, right in well, it's not central, but it's Waterloo, and that's a horrible place to ride around. And then there's the bike parking challenge, of course. So yes, we've got bike parking in the basement garage, but I'm not leaving 10 grand's worth of bike parked underground next to people's grotty little Bromptons that haven't cleaned ever, or people's little steel bikes that, you know, that they've bought just for the purposes of commuting. It's an absolute machine, my System 6. So yeah, when I ride to my working office in Surrey, being the head of IT, I use my server room, which is a space that only me and my team have got access to. So I feel very happy that my System 6 goes into a lovely secure environment inside the main building. I don't know, it's taken care of, so happy, happy, happy. Right, we are just under a minute and a half to go. I'm going to pop the fans on, have a quick swig of my drink, swig of my drink, get the music going, and then drop the hammer. Last couple of rides I've done have been, I'd say, less than perfectly organised. And the last ride in particular, I was still tinkering at the start. So I got on a little bit earlier today, got organised, and was determined for this ride to go off perfectly right. There we go, we're up to a minute. Might not be optimum for entertainment, but the result is what I'm looking for. So plug my other fan in. Right, switch to swing mode, here we go. Let me know what you think of the new graphics. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's rock and roll. Pretty long lead in that one. So this group is going pretty steady, suggesting that the final lap, or the last lap, will be quite frantic. So I'm going to save as much as I can. And to do that, I'm going to just sit in the back of it. Right, 2 more to go. Ah. Couldn't breathe then. My neck is killing me now. Yes. Whoa. Snot rocket. Oh, it's gone so long. Shit. Oh, my neck is killing me. Ah. Come on, 3.6. Ah, shit. Ah. Gary McSee. Bit aggressive. Oh gosh. Whew. Oh my gosh. Good little work on that one. I like that. Oh, gutted. Absolutely gutted, because I know exactly what I did. Too hard, too soon. Oh, oh. But racing is a mental thing as well as a physical thing. Mentally, I was feeling pretty good. Very good. But my neck, just up here, is killing me. Absolutely agony right now. I don't use the word agony lightly. I'm not really. Oh, just I can't even. Oh, just. Anyway, the point I was going to make was, I think as happy as I am with that, oh, the pain I've got in my neck right now, oh, it's not contributing towards the best possible performance I've got. But considering I thought I was able to shake it off and then beat GB Cotswolds at the bottom there pretty well. It's a 4 and a bit second gap. Happy with that. Considering he's a bit lighter than me as well, you can kind of see that given his average watts per kilo. And then his watts. Oh. Anyway, now that I've somewhat got my breath back, we jump into the small ring. Oh, there we go, keep the leg spinning. So, as I always say, the real results are not actually on Zwift, they're on Zwift Power. So let's get a little look at what's going on in the real race standings. The coalition, there we go. Oh, I've zoomed right in there. In fact, I'll leave it as is. So coalition chase to the underground. No results yet. Let's have a little refresh. Maybe I'm being impatient. Yeah, I'm being impatient. So that is something we'll have to wait for. But actually, if I go to my profile, let's have a little look over here. It says I've got 6th place, but obviously it hasn't published the standings yet. So, in fact, let's see if we can just do Cat B. No, I am, as you've obviously seen now, super impatient. So, pretty pleased with that. 3.4 watts per kilo, over 28 kilometers. Last time I did about this distance was the 16th of May. Down there, the XRS ZTR Thursday race. You can see I did 3.6 watts per kilo over 25k. So just slightly shorter. And I imagine if I look at my power profile for this race, if the results are ever going to come through. Hey, there we go. Let's say the first 20k, 21k were probably pretty okay. So the first 33, 34-ish minutes, probably decent. But then I probably fell off somewhat. Can we look at my power profile? No, it's not going to show me. Time, no. Oh, power profile, that's what I'm looking for. It's not going, there we go. So, you can sort of see that 1 minute power was 514, 10 minute power 301, 20 minutes, still 291, so not bad, 20 minutes. But you can sort of see a very steady drop off pretty much every minute. So all my 6 minute power, so yeah, you can see a very steady drop off from 10 minutes in. Oh, actually I say that, there's a little spike there, little spike there, little spike there. Yeah, 35 minutes, 275, that's not bad, I'm happy with that. For where I am right now at least, that's not anything I should be ashamed of. I've obviously definitely done better before, and I guess the natural thing to do is compare myself to what I have done before. Although being fair to myself, that's maybe a bit harsh because I think my keyboard's running out of battery. It's harsh to compare myself to where I was because my peak was really good. I had a FTP well in excess of 350, and I was winning races like that from a breakaway. Often taking riders with me, not minding that a rider comes with me, continuing to pull, thinking, fine, if you want to hold my wheel, be my guest, but I'm not letting you go. And yeah, I used to do well. But yeah, I can't do it anymore. Anyway, post-race analysis, so to speak. Probably started too strong. I was sitting in for a while at some points. Should have just done more of that, really. That would have been the most appropriate thing to have done. I'm going to just go back to a different view here because I'm not even pedaling hard enough to make my avatar. Yeah, so pretty happy with it. Like I say, the result is one thing, but the power numbers are another because they tell the other half of the story in terms of my progress. I think I'm probably 8 to 10 weeks away from being back to Cat A. Maybe more. I've got a little holiday coming up in August, so a couple of weeks off work, and I won't be at home, so I'm gonna probably have to try and do something else to keep my fitness going whilst I'm not here and I haven't got access to my pain cave. We'll see what happens. But I'm probably at a position now where I can start setting myself some goals in terms of what it is I want to try and achieve and when I want to achieve them. I definitely want to be back in Cat A by the end of August this year. So by August 31st, I want to be racing in Cat A and not getting spat, which means between now and then, that's really only what? So for 10 weeks, isn't it? 11 weeks. I need to be winning a few Cat Bs, or at least competing, and I need to do a couple of races at 25 plus kilometers in length, averaging as close as possible, if not above, 4 watts per kilo. I think it's probably the next milestone. Let's see where I am at the end of June, maybe the first week of July, and we'll go from there. I think what I will do is, today is Friday, going to ride again tomorrow and on Sunday, and then maybe take Monday and Tuesday off, I think. And then Thursday next week I'll do an FTP test. Wednesday evening I'm going to be busy, so Thursday next week is probably the ideal time to do an FTP test. So I think I'll put that in the calendar now, and I'll do the 20-minute test here on Zwift, and I'll do a little live stream and talk about where my power once was, and we'll go from there. So yeah, rock and roll. All right, pretty knackered. Long day. Good little race. Cheers. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. I'll see you